Good morning once again, everyone. The borough of Chambersburg is having its bulky item drop-off, which was and is happening from April 21st through April 26th from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. There's no electronics at this event. This is at the Borough Farm at 725 Hollywell Avenue. No trash bags or anything that can be broken down to fit into a trash bag will be accepted. There's a whole list of items that they are accepting there. You can check that out. Something else I just became aware of, Wellspan Chambersburg Hospital apparently having some sort of a community meeting out in front of the hospital on Monday, May 5th at 4 p.m. Looked a little bit more into this. Apparently this is the union, and they're talking in regards to getting more staff and treatment for the staff and such. But they've had a hiring issue for years from what I've heard and seen personally. It's quite some time, but it'll be interesting to see what happens. The information is on the next page. I'll leave the link in the description if you want to check this out further. And are you registered to vote? Do you want to change your political party affiliation? Is your voter information up to date? The Franklin County Board of Elections outlines how voters can check this information or make changes ahead of the Pennsylvania municipal primary on May 20th. There's a link. I'll put that down in the description down below. From Doug Mastrano, how to properly remove a tick. This information's kind of interesting. I'll put a link to the post, but you can check that out. It tells you how to get rid of a tick. And also in some cases, you can tell them you just want to be friends. Joking. Tesla superchargers, 8 stalls coming to us. It's under construction. It currently looks like it's somewhere around the Gateway area there. I was thinking over by Chick-fil-A, but I don't think there's that many there, so it might be somewhere else. I'll keep an eye on it. And it's time for Chambersburg Trojans in sports. Boys lacrosse, Chambersburg 20, Central Dauphin East 4. Girls track and field, Chambersburg 102.5, Carlisle 47.5. And Chambersburg 132, Harrisburg 18. Boys track and field, Carlisle 92, Chambersburg 58. And Chambersburg 126, Harrisburg 23. Events for today: 7th, 8th grade girls track at Cedar Cliff, 7th, 8th grade boys track at Cedar Cliff, 8th grade girls volleyball at Cedar Cliff, JV softball at State College, varsity softball versus State College, varsity baseball at State College, JV baseball versus State College, 7th grade girls volleyball at Cedar Cliff, varsity girls lacrosse versus Central Dauphin East. And that's been Chambersburg Trojans in sports. PennDOT is holding an online public plan display for a project to preserve the Route 30 bridge over the west branch of the Conagajig Creek in Peters Township, Franklin County, about 12 miles west of Chambersburg. It was built in 1960. This section of the Lincoln Highway sees about 6,012 vehicles daily. The project is expected to start in the spring of 2027 and last about 3 months. Includes replacing bridge expansion joints, repairing substructure damage, and a scour hole. Traffic will be maintained with the daytime shoulder closures and nighttime single lane closures with flaggers. The bridge's overall structure will not change. The public can view the project plans and provide feedback. I'll put that link in the description down below. You can check that out. And it's time for the police report. Yes, the police report. All suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Margaret Merrill Benecki wrote multiple checks to the victims' businesses, knowing the checks would not be honored due to insufficient funds. Benecki is wanted for bad checks. Anyone with information is asked to contact Chambersburg Police Department or leave a tip on Crime Watch. Molly Hollinshead is wanted for felony retail theft after being identified as the suspect who stole health and beauty items from Giant Norland Avenue as well as Giant Wayne Avenue. Anyone with information on her location is asked to contact Chambersburg Police Department or leave a tip on Crime Watch. Wilfredo Velasquez Escalante failed to appear for court on a DUI charge as well as a charge for accidents involving damage to an unintended vehicle or property. Anyone with information on his location is asked to contact Chambersburg Police Department or leave a tip on Crime Watch. And on April 21st at 7:20 p.m., the Chambersburg Police Department responded to the unit block of Kelhigh Drive for a robbery. The victim stated that he was robbed by two males, one of whom brandished a handgun and cash was stolen from him. Both suspects were located and detained by CPD within a few minutes of receiving call. Both suspects were identified as 14-year-old males from Chambersburg. Charges were completed against both for robbery and firearms offenses. Both suspects were placed in a juvenile detention facility by Franklin County Juvenile Probation. The victim and suspects were known to each other prior to the incident, and there is no ongoing threat to the public. Anyone with information about this incident is asked to contact CPD or leave a tip on Crime Watch. Demarion J. Bishop of Hagerstown, Maryland, was charged with one count of theft by unlawful taking after a vehicle was reported stolen on August 18, 2023 at 7:47 p.m. on North Church Street. And from the Pennsylvania State Police reports, April 17, 2025, assault, bodily injury, no weapon, Celeste Drive, Mapleton Road, Southampton Township. The arrestee, Deborah Johnson, 70-year-old female, Shippensburg, PA. The victim, a 61-year-old male, Shippensburg, PA. State police responded to the above address for report of an active domestic dispute. Deborah Johnson was subsequently charged with simple assault and harassment, allegedly. March 10, 2025, theft, all other, White Church Road, Green Township. The victim, a 23-year-old female, Chambersburg, PA. Property, stolen, $43.94 from Patriot Federal Credit Union. PSP investigated a theft, fraud, forgery. During the investigation, the victim noticed several unknown charges from her bank card. The incident is currently being investigated. And it's time for weird stuff in the news. British researchers observed chimpanzees in Guinea-Bissau eating and sharing fermented African breadfruit containing ethanol. The studies suggest, like humans, chimps might be consuming alcohol for the pleasurable feelings associated with dopamine and endorphin release, and the sharing behavior could strengthen social bonds, potentially representing an early evolution stage of feasting. Researchers plan to investigate if the chimps deliberately seek out these alcoholic fruits and how they metabolize the alcohol. Party on! All right, and that's been the news for today, April 23rd, 2025. I'm Frank. I hope you have an excellent day, and we will see you again tomorrow.